What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to warm up in Chapter 2, Season 5, and I'll be giving you guys 5 maps for the best warm-up possible, at least in my opinion. So, watch to the end, please. Thanks. This first map that we have is Verse 2K's warm-up map, which I will put the code in the description. That will be the first one. And, yeah. Forgot to mention. Right here we have the editing up like a ramp. It helps warm up your fingers in your edits for like doing your triple edits and stuff. It's really helpful for, you know, warming up your edits, and yeah, it's good. Right here we have an edit course to again warm up your fingers, but also just to like practice editing in tight spaces. It's really good for warming up because, you know, you're editing multiple builds instead of just going up and it's up and down, so it's really good for warming up. Right here we have another edit course, but it's into a shot, so you can practice both your aim and your edits. I think this one's a little bit better than the previous one, but it's still really good. This is just, you know, practice your aim while the other one just has no combat, so yeah, I would recommend both, but do this one more. Yeah, it pretty much has the same aspects as the other one. So right here we have a side jump into a shot, which is really good because, you know, in a fight, you're probably going to edit out and side jump if they're above you one layer in a real fight. So it's really good practice for if you're going to do that in a real fight. So recommend this. But in a map that's coming up, I do have a better one of this. So this is good, but there is a better one coming up, which is slightly more advanced, but yeah. So stay tuned in for that map coming up. And if you haven't already, hit the like button. This map also has a edit down course. I don't really know what this is called, but you just edit down the stair and the floor, and this is helpful for editing a stair and the floor. If you're trying to get down quickly in like a box fight, you just want to get down quickly, this is helpful for that. So yeah. Right here, you know what they're called, Mongrel Classics. Every map has them. It's really good, you know. Mongrel Classics, the most used box fight tactic and fighting tactic in general. I tried to do like the top edit corner one. No one really does it, but it's really good for, you know, you have a right hand peek, so you should get in a better situation if you do that. And yeah, obviously this map is good for just practicing your Mongrel Classics. Not much to say, everyone knows what they are. Yeah. Alright, so right here we got a Bizzles warm-up map, and in it has this really good piece control map where I like to practice free building and tunneling, where they have like builds in there, so then, you know, it's like more realistic to what you would like see in like an end game or something. It helps with my tunneling and stuff. It also helps with your piece control, so I used it in my piece control, got better from it because you're using around other people's builds or other builds, so it's also really good for that aspect. But yeah, I would recommend it. It helps with like tight areas in editing also, and it's just a really good warm-up for practicing your mechanics and just your edits and your builds without having to deal with combat. This is the first part of Bizzles. Again, just like the first 2Ks, it also has a sniping area, so you can practice your sniping. I feel like this one's a little bit worse, just because I feel like I've been hitting more blanks on this, but it is still good nonetheless. I am a horrible sniper. I probably want to start working on this, but yeah, I'm just, as you can see in these, like, the gameplay, I'm just awful. I literally dropped this. But yeah, it also has a edit course map right into a target. The target's lower, so it's a bit harder to hit, which is good. But yeah, I mean, it's also just a good like edit course. Just like Reverse 2K's map, this also has a side jump one, except it has a wall, so it's a little bit better. I would say this one's better to use than Reverse 2K's. So if you're gonna do the side jump one, you use this map. But yeah, so this is really good for practicing your side jumps. You're editing into a side jump when you're editing out of a box to side jump, and yeah, this is more of a realistic experience. We're gonna do in-game. It's more of a realistic experience for what you're gonna do in-game. And yeah, so for this part. Alright, so right here we have an aim trainer where it's basically both, it has regular aim trainer and it has a gliding aim trainer, so you can work on your aim against people who are gliding, which is really good for when someone is landing or just, you know, when launch pads come back or whatever, then it helps with your aim. Also, it just helps, like, just generally, you're hitting a small target who's flying midair, it's going to be easier to hit a guy who's, you know, walking, because you'll have that practice in that. It has multiple different stages, like going down. It has like, you know, going across from you, towards you, down, sideways, all just everywhere. So then you can get the most, you know, realistic and best aim training. The other part is it also has an aim duel too, for when you're like in a box with someone or right next to someone. You can use any gun, a charge, pump, a scar, a blue AR, whatever. Dragon shotgun's even in there, and you can just practice your aim. I would recommend 2,000 health, so it's not too long for each gun. Plus, it's got 2,000, 5,000, and 10,000. I don't think you're going to want to be sitting with a 20 damage SMG for 10 minutes, just spraying at each other, waiting for someone to win. Plus, it's less boring, you know. Sitting there for that long. And I just recommend 2,000 health. That's much better. You also, get less time. Not only does it improve your aim, but it also improves your movement for when you're in a box, so you try not to get hit, and it helps with your movement for when you're in a box fight, so it's also really good in that. This is obviously a really good map because it gives people better aim in box fights and like shooting people out of the air. It also helps with your movement, so it's just a really good map in general, and I would highly recommend to use it. You want to do creative matchmaking. Creative matching is really good for warming up your aim and your builds for you to play arena and stuff, because you're going against actual players and not practicing by yourself against robots or against your friends who play against random people. Most of them aren't the best, but that's good practice for fighting against any skill players. I found really good players in here, mostly creative warriors, but they're still like good at the game, so it helps me learn. And that's how you want to use creative matching, to learn, not just to like play, So yeah, use creative matchmaking, really good warm up. And let's move on to the next one. Alright, so right here we have Raider 464's duo edit course, which can also be used as a solo, but it's more fun to do it with another person because you have to talk to someone while doing it. There's 5 different levels. There's easy, medium, hard, very hard, and there's one more. I can't exactly remember it, but yeah, there's 5. For newer editors, I would say, like, if you're like not that good at editing or whatever, I would say do the hard or normal. Easy is just probably single edit every 4 seconds. So it's not like good practice. And then if you're like a pretty decent editor, a good editor, whatever, I would say do very hard, or even hard is still. I mean, the difference between hard and very hard is it's kind of crazy. And then if you're good at editing, you're pretty confident in your editing skills, do the last one. It's just you're gonna get the most practice and it's gonna improve you the fastest. But you have to like know your abilities of editing. Don't just walk in thinking that you're just gonna be able to do it first try running, because it's probably gonna have to like 15 quad edits in a row without getting tired. So it's that. So yeah, this edit course is really good for warming up, and then it's really good for warming up your edits and stuff. I mean, most of these edit courses, but editing is really good for warming up. Helps you like warm up and get your fingers warm and stuff. That's another great map. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and comment down below what was your favorite map, if you used any of these. And yeah, see you guys next time. I'm probably gonna make more of these because they're fun. So see you guys next time. Bye.